At least 6 persons have been rescued from the rubble of an uncompleted 3-story building that collapsed at Beirut Road Mobile Phones Market in Kano State. Spokesperson of the Kano State Fire Service, Aminu Yusuf, who confirmed the number of rescued victims, said the operation is still ongoing as many are still trapped in the rubble. The rescued victims have since been rushed to the state health facilities for medical care. More than 100 traders sell mobile phones on the first and second floors of the building, already completed. Security operatives have since cordoned off the area to ensure normalcy is maintained.
Building is not complete. It's not contact what's I call it? It's not standard. So I will ask for government to see if somebody is starting a building, at least.
In the meantime, the state government has suspended the swearing-in ceremony of commissioners designates earlier scheduled for tomorrow in honor of the victims. Now let's talk about the security situation in Zamfara, where the State Police Command has disclosed that 12 kidnapped victims, including a 5-month-old baby, have been rescued by security operatives after 1 month in captivity. The spokesperson of the command, Mohammed Shehu, said the victims were rescued by the police tactical operatives while on a joint operation with local vigilante group as a result of intelligence gathering. They were abducted in Talat Zamfara local government area and taken to a deep forest. Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center says the war against insecurity will continue to be a daunting one for the nation, except corruption is stopped in the security sector. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano reports.
According to the World Bank, from 2016 to 2022, Nigeria has spent over $19.9 billion in total on security. Some of these funds, some say, have gone unaccounted for, as the country appears to be losing their security personnel to insecurity.
Is stolen.
Those in here are journalists.
Or embezzled.
The workshop is tied around defense, anti-corruption reportage, civic space, and oversight. Speakers here say it's time journalists started asking the right questions on budgetary allocations, especially security, and its effect on the fight against insecurity.
The one that deals with accountability, efficiency, accessibility, legality, and of course legitimacy. These are words that are not used for the mere use of them. These words are actually deliberate. Those words are actually meant to qualify specificity.
If the government says under the Ministry of Defense that they are going to clear the drainage for 170 billion naira, right, at the proposed stage, and we did not contest that particular budget line item, and it's what? It is signed into law, then it is what? It is binding.
For the executive director of CISLAC, Nigerians are entitled to know how security budgets are spent and on what.
A lot of Nigerians cannot move from one local government to another. So what are you doing with all the billions budgeted for in the name of security? A lot of governors are not able to explain what they are doing with the security board. Bandits and terrorists are taxing Nigerians to pay tax before they go to their farms. And yet you are budgeting huge amount of money for security. Where is the money?
Organizers of the workshop are Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center in collaboration with Transparency International Defense and Security Program with support from Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Netherlands. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
Well, fresh information from Kuje Custodial Center has it that the inmate who died in the early hours of Monday was awaiting trial. Spokesperson for the FCT Command of the Corrections Service says the family of the deceased has now been notified. Sifon Isien reports.
It's the first time in years that the Nigerian Correctional Service would announce the death of an inmate whose identity is still veiled. He died in the early hours of Monday due to conditions related to high blood pressure, according to sources within the services.
We did those tests even when the inmate came in 2019 and discovered some illnesses, and we've been treating and managing him. You know, anytime, and it's also a part of our law, anytime any illness we feel we can't manage, we always refer to a specialist hospital closest to the custodial center. So most times we do referrals and he goes to the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital. Not just him, any other and every other inmate that's in Kuje Custodial Center.
Trial inmate was admitted into the Kuje Custodial Center in 2019 from Imo State. It's unclear what he was being held for, but he had a health condition which the service was managing.
It's sad, to die under that circumstance. And professionally speaking, the next question I would be asking myself is, assuming this person was not in custody, would he have died? Are you getting it? And I ask another question as to whether he was there as a convict or as a person awaiting trial. How do you connect this to the challenges we have, which everybody have been talking about, of persons staying in custody for years awaiting trial?
By the 4th, the custodial centers across the country had a total population of 74,675 inmates, among them 52,714 awaiting trial. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.